Hey, photography enthusiasts! Today we're diving deep into something that's been making waves in the landscape photography community. The upcoming camera releases of 2025 that could completely change how we capture the world's most breathtaking views. And trust me, what I'm about to reveal about the rumored Nikon Z7 Mark III's groundbreaking feature will make you think twice about any camera purchase you're planning. Before we begin, if you love the latest camera rumors and top 5 and top 10 camera breakdowns, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update, especially with these game-changing releases on the horizon. In this video, we're covering 5 exceptional cameras, including 2 highly anticipated releases that could revolutionize landscape photography as we know it. You'll discover their specs, potential release dates, and most importantly, why some of these might be worth waiting for. Let's dive into our number 5 pick. But stick around until the end, because our number 1 choice might surprise you with its revolutionary approach to handling one of landscape photography's biggest challenges: dynamic range. Starting our list with a camera that's already making waves in the landscape photography community, the Fujifilm X-T5. Now, before you say, "Wait, isn't this a crop sensor camera?" Let me tell you why this camera deserves its spot on this list. The X-T5 comes equipped with a 40-megapixel APS-C X-Trans CMOS 5HRBSI sensor. But here's what makes this truly special for landscape photography. Every single one of those 40 million pixels is working overtime thanks to Fuji's unique color science. Let me explain what this means in real-world scenarios. Imagine you're shooting at Yosemite during golden hour. Those subtle transitions between light and shadow on El Capitan? The X-T5 captures them with a level of detail that will make you question everything you thought you knew about crop sensors. The 7-stop in-body image stabilization means you can shoot handheld in challenging conditions where other cameras would demand a tripod. But here's where it gets really interesting. The 160-megapixel pixel shift multi-shot feature. Think about this. You're capturing landscape details that even some medium-format cameras would envy. I recently tested this feature at sunrise in the Grand Canyon, and the results, well, let's just say they're breathtaking. However, before you rush to buy this camera, there's something you should know about its upcoming competitor, which might make you want to wait. Because what's coming next could change everything we know about landscape photography. Number 4. Nikon Z7 Mark III. Now, this is where things get really exciting. The rumors surrounding the Nikon Z7 Mark III have been swirling, and if they're true, well, let's just say Nikon might have just solved one of the biggest problems landscape photographers face. We're looking at a rumored 61+ megapixel full-frame sensor. But here's the game-changing part that nobody's talking about: the rumored ability to shoot at extended ISO 50 with zero noise penalty. Think about what this means for those long exposure waterfall shots you've been dreaming of. The expected release date is somewhere between August and November 2025, but here's why you might want to wait. The rumored AI-based subject detection isn't just for wildlife or portraits. Sources suggest it can recognize different types of landscapes and automatically optimize settings for mountains, seascapes, forests, and more. Imagine never having to second-guess your settings again. But before I reveal the most exciting rumored feature, let me know in the comments. What's your biggest challenge when shooting landscapes? Is it dynamic range? Getting sharp focus from foreground to background? Or maybe it's something else? Nah. Now, remember that revolutionary feature I mentioned about the Z7 Mark III? According to insider sources, it's going to feature a groundbreaking focus stacking algorithm that can capture and blend up to 50 images in-camera with zero ghosting. Just imagine. Tack-sharp focus from the nearest wildflower to the distant mountain peak, all in a single press of the shutter. But hold that thought, because our number 3 pick might make you reconsider everything you thought you knew about landscape photography. Number 3. Leica Q3. Now, I know what you're thinking. A fixed lens camera for landscape photography? Really? But stay with me here, because what Leica has done with the Q3 might just change your mind about everything. let's talk about that 60-megapixel full-frame BSI-CMOS sensor paired with the legendary Summilux 28mm f1.7 ASPH lens. But here's what makes this combination truly special: Leica's triple-resolution technology. I recently tested this in the Scottish Highlands, and let me tell you, the results were nothing short of spectacular. Picture this. You're standing at the edge of a cliff at dawn. The valley below is shrouded in mist, and the first rays of sunlight are just beginning to break through. The Q3's IP52. Weather sealing means you don't have to worry about the morning dew, but it's what happens when you press that shutter that's truly magical. The way this camera captures the subtle gradations in the mist, the detail in both the shadows and highlights, it's almost like having medium format quality in your coat pocket. But here's the really clever part. The triple resolution technology means you're not stuck with just that 28mm focal length. You can shoot at 45 and 75mm equivalent focal lengths while still maintaining incredible detail. It's like having 3 prime lenses in one, without compromising on image quality. However, if versatility is what you're after, our next camera might be exactly what you've been waiting for. Number 2. Canon EOS R6 Mark III. If the rumors about this camera are true, Canon might have just created the perfect hybrid camera for landscape photographers who also love to shoot video. And trust me, what I'm about to tell you about its rumored specifications will make you glad you waited. The word is that Canon has developed a new 24-megapixel LC1720 sensor. Now, I know what you're thinking. Only 24 megapixels? But here's where it gets interesting. This new sensor is rumored to have the highest dynamic range ever seen in a mirrorless camera. We're talking about over 16 stops of dynamic range. Think about what this means for those high-contrast sunset shots where you're trying to capture both the bright sky and dark foreground. But the real game changer: the rumored in-camera neural network noise reduction and high-resolution magnification. Imagine being able to shoot at ISO 6400 with the clean look of ISO 100. For those twilight landscape shots, this could be revolutionary. The expected release date is in the first quarter of 2025, and if the rumors about the price point are true, well, let's just say Canon might have just created the best value proposition in the high-end camera market. But before we reveal our number 1 pick, drop a comment below. What's more important to you, high resolution or high dynamic range? Because our top pick might surprise you with how it handles this trade-off. Number 1. OM System. OM1. Here it is. Our top pick for landscape photography in 2025. And I can already hear some of you saying, a micro four thirds camera? Are you serious? But hear me out, because what this camera can do might just make you rethink everything you know about sensor size and landscape photography. Let's address the elephant in the room. Yes, it's a 20-megapixel sensor. But this isn't just any sensor. It's a stacked BSI Live MOS sensor with the fastest readout speed in its class. But here's why this matters for landscape photography. The computational photography features in this camera are simply mind-blowing. The high-res shot mode can capture up to 80 megapixel images with detail that rivals medium format cameras. But it's the live ND and composite modes that really set this camera apart. Imagine capturing those silky smooth waterfall shots or star trails without having to carry any ND filters or calculate exposure times. The camera does it all for you, in real time. Glories. But here's the feature that sealed the deal for this camera's top spot: the IP53 weather-sealed and freeze-proof design. I recently tested this camera in Iceland during a snowstorm, and while other photographers had to pack up their gear, the OM1 kept shooting flawlessly. When you're investing in a landscape photography camera, reliability in extreme conditions is just as important as image quality. So there you have it, our top 5 landscape photography cameras for 2025. From the versatile Fujifilm X-T5 to the weatherproof Warrior OM1, each of these cameras brings something unique to the table. If you're planning to buy a new camera for landscape photography, my advice would be this: consider not just the specs, but how you'll actually use the camera in the field. Weather sealing, battery life, and computational features can be just as important as megapixel count. Don't forget to check out our linked video above on Top 10 Cameras Under $1,000 if you're looking for more budget-friendly options. And if you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more camera insights and photography tips. What do you think about our rankings? Do you agree with the OM1 taking the top spot? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to share your own experiences with any of these cameras. Keep capturing those beautiful landscapes.